Hi guys, well welcome back to Allotment Diggers. We're inside the greenhouse. It's 110 degrees in here at the moment. The door's shut, and the reason why it's shut is because there's a load of music being played up in the park, and you know YouTube's rule, if you play copyrighted music you get a strike against your channel. So I've been very careful how I've been recording, and well, today we've actually been outside, but we was outside earlier, and what we were doing is putting some potato buckets in. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how I do my potatoes in buckets outside, and we'll be doing some Maris Peer and some Desiree. I'm going to show you everything, the compost what we use. We'll be using grow more, clover compost, but before we do all that, we've got to put the buckets in the ground. Now what I do is I dig channels out, sit the buckets in, and backfill the soil over the top of them. So once the potatoes start to throw shoots and roots out, they come outside the holes in the pots, and they get a double whammy with the soil in the beds. So hopefully we're going to do really well in these potato buckets this year. I'm going to be leaving a gap as well for the potatoes I've got here, because these will be going out probably sooner rather than later, because I think it was a couple of weeks ago we put these potatoes in buckets, and we need to top them up. Actually, to be quite honest with you, I need to get some compost into the buckets and get them topped up, because they're about 3 inches off the actual top of the bucket.
These are the Alan Parlet. Now the Maris Piper, which are down there, are just breaking through the soil. Now that's what I expected these ones here to be at the same stage, just breaking through. But we've had so much sunshine, and it's been absolutely lovely inside this greenhouse. Well, you can see the results. So tomorrow I'll be topping these up. So I'm going to have to move these Ambassador and these Earth Green shaft out of the way, and as you can see they're doing really well. They're all coming up there. You can see them just breaking through now. So we'll probably end up having to put these into the cold frame outside next week, because it looks like these potatoes could potentially be the actual leaves could be pushing against the gutters, so we can't leave them in here. But yeah, that's just another problem that I'm going to have to deal with. Anyway, let's a quick look at these seed potatoes, what need topping up. So yeah, and you've seen the peas there as well, they're doing well. So we need to top them up, but I've been busy faffing about with the potatoes outside. So we're going to take you to the back part of the plot now, and we're going to show you how I set my stall out for my potatoes. And also I want to show you something I bought on the car boot sale on Sunday for £5. Guys, these are these 35 litre buckets that I acquired on a car boot on Sunday. There's 9 of the 35s, and there's a smaller one, a 30 litre there on the top. I thought they were all 30 litres, and the top one was a smaller one, but when I come to look, the 35 litres. So yeah, he wanted £1 each for them, and I said to him, what do you want for a lot? He said, give me a £5. So all them cost me a £5. There's 10 of them in total, 9 35 litres and 1 30 litre bucket. I'm not going to be using them ones today. I have got a few 35 litre buckets, so we can make 10, and well, there you go. Anyway guys, these are the potatoes. We've got Desiree here, and we've got Maris Peer here. We're going to be putting these in the buckets at back of the allotments in a moment. Quick look at the Desiree. Let's have a look at these Maris Peer. As you can see, some nice chits there. So we've got 2 trays. One, we're going to be putting 4 seed potatoes in each bucket. I've got some grow more there as well, so I've got to get this lot to the back of the allotments where all the buckets are waiting. But before we do that, I think I'm going to have a cup of coffee, so we'll be right back. So guys, there's 10 30 litre buckets there, and what I'm going to do now is dig them into the ground by about 4 inches. and then we're gonna, well, we'll probably just tip some of the compost, the soil, what we're going to dig out or throw into the buckets. And then we won't have to use as much compost. I will be filling the buckets right to the top. I've got this little flat shovel at this little finger. This is another one of my shovels. It's got a flat end, ideal for channeling out a little trench so the buckets can sit in it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do that with the 2 rows, and then what we'll do when we put the other 2 rows in, we'll leave a gap between them so I can water these ones and water along this side as well. Last year where they were in there, I couldn't get the ones in the middle, so this year we're not going to make the same mistake, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to dig the trench, and when you see it, these buckets will be set down slightly in the ground. So I don't know if you can see very clearly there. Let's take the stand, let's take it off its stand. Now, dug a trench. As you see, I've set these buckets into it. Now I'm going to set these ones in. The soil, I'm going to tip back in and cover the bottoms of the buckets. We'll leave some of the soil in these buckets because we're going to mix it with a load of compost. It is good compost as well, so there shouldn't be any problems with the potatoes growing in this stuff. As you can see, it's pretty good. We dug down about 3 inches, 4 inches there. Anyway, let's get the buckets in and get them back filled, and we'll have another closer look when we've done all that. You can see worms crawling all over there. As you can see, they're all been set down in the ground. All compost between the buckets, filled right up to the... So what will happen is, once the roots come out the bottom of the potato buckets, they go into the beds. That way we'll get a double whammy of nutrients. So next thing I've got to do is put the grow more in these 10 buckets, add some compost. We're adding 4 seed potatoes to each bucket. We're doing 2 varieties of potatoes. I'm going to show you them in a moment. And we're going to be using some of that clover compost, and we'll fill them right to the very top, and we'll forget about them. And about 3 weeks time, more towards the end of April, they'll start to just come through, and for the first couple of weeks in May, we'll probably put some fleece over the top of them just to protect them. But as you can see, we've got 10 buckets here all ready to go. So I'm going to get the grow more, the potatoes and the compost. And the potatoes what are in the front greenhouse, we're going to be bringing out and sticking at the side of them. We'll leave a walkway here of about a foot so I can get between them and water them. I can get either side of the buckets then, and we'll put another 10 here. So there you go, there's 10 buckets buried into the bed. And yeah, there's no coincidence that these buckets actually fit 5 buckets in a line across the bed. The beds was designed for this in mind. Same with the gutters with the peas, everything has a purpose. So yeah, I'm going to get the compost, the grow more and the potatoes, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to stick a bit more in here of this grow more, and this is the clover multi-purpose that I'm going to be putting in. So give a quick stir round. There you go. So that's the grow more put in. Now what I need to do is get myself a couple of potatoes. There we go. Using these handles, we can put one either side. Now all I need to do
more compost over the top. And on to the next two. So we put them 90 degrees from the others, and then it's piling the compost, a bit more, grow more. And then we fill the bucket right to the top. Should be wearing gloves. Remember last year when I was doing this, there was a bloody big piece of glass in it. So, not learnt my lesson. Bit more. So we're about an inch from the top there, and that's it. We're going to put a bit. Obviously, we're going to put some water in there for them. Give them a watering, and then they're just going to sit like that until they come up. If they start to come up later on in the month, what we will do is put some fleece over the top of them to protect them. So I'm going to continue doing all the rest of these buckets. So yeah, the Maris Peer, that's the first bucket of Maris Peer. And we do the same thing with the Desiree as well. So we're going to do everything exactly the same. So let's get at it. Now just put some water in them. Although it will rain in the next 24 hours, so I don't have to go crazy. So there we go, I've got a good water, and I'm just going to stick a label in there now. So the last thing I need to do is put these labels in. Maris Peer, it's the 9th today, and these Desiree, so put each one of these in the buckets so we know what they are. So there we go. We've got 5 buckets of Maris Peer, 5 buckets of Desiree. We've used clover multi-purpose compost. We've put 4 seed potatoes, staggering them, and we've used grow more. It's been very windy today. I hope it hasn't affected the recording really, but hey ho, there you go. So there you go, we've got 10 more potatoes in. We've got the Aaron Parlett, and we've also got the Maris Piper in here. So we've got the Maris Peer outside along with the Desiree now. And they're top right up to the top of the buckets. What we're hoping for there is the actual start to come out around about the end of April. That's when I want to see the potatoes coming out the top of the buckets, because 5-6 days after that it's usually the last frost anyway. But I've got some fleece to cover them. The only thing is these potatoes here probably be going out sooner, again they'll be going into the beds with a gap so I can walk between and watering them. That's pretty critical, that you can get to water all your buckets. And I think we'll do really well this year. Did you see them potato buckets that I picked up? Yeah, he wanted £1 each for them. I said, what do you want for the lot? He said, give me a £5. There you go, mate. In fact, there wasn't 10, there were 9 35 litre buckets, and there was a 1 30 litre bucket which was inside it, but that one didn't have the handles on it. So yeah, 10 buckets, £5, bargain. So anyway, that's how I do me big potatoes. Let me know how you do yours. Do you bury your buckets in the ground? As I was saying, the reason why I do bury them in the ground is so the potato, when they put the roots out, they go into the beds as well. So we should do really well, and it won't be long before we'll be putting the peas out. And as you just seen, the peas there, they're coming through. What has it been? 7 days, and they're all, every one of them looks like coming through here. I think I may have put more than I should have done in. I put all of them in expecting we'd only get a few coming up, but it looks like every one of them's come up here. So yeah, there's the result. Right, I'm going to get out of the greenhouse because, like I say, we got this thing on here and it's about 110. No, 100. Yeah, I think it was, well, in the other greenhouse it's 115, but in here it's about 110 at the moment. So I'm going to make me escape, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll be taking on a tour and we'll show you all the goodies what are growing and coming up. And we've got lots of pricking out and potting on to do. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.